Kitchen with me, your host, Justine. And today I am making apple dumplings. It's fall, it's a wonderful day out, it's like 60 degrees, and apple dumplings just scream fall. And so you go to your favorite apple orchard, you go to your favorite, wherever you want to go to get your apples, and then you come home and you make you get your apple cider. So what I'm going to start with are my ingredients. You start with your favorite biscuit dough, a grand, they kind of already made big biscuits, apples, sugar, nutmeg, vanilla, butter, apple cider, little bit of salt, and some cinnamon sugar, okay? So what you first do is you grab your pan, and it's right here. You open it, this is my favorite thing. Open it, and you unroll it. You take out a biscuit. The reason why I like the bigger biscuits, it's easier to wrap. So you just, this one has butter flecks in it, and you just kind of spread it out. And if you work fast, your apples, you don't have to worry about putting lemon juice on it or anything because you're gonna get there in enough time. If you're gonna leave your apples for a bit to get everything else, you might wanna put a little lemon juice on it so they don't turn brown. And you wrap it. You put the little seam, pinch it together, and put it in the pan. So you do all of these. I'll do one more for you. Just make sure it's spread out enough. And if you tear the biscuit, that's okay. Just pinch it back together. It's not a big deal. Pinch, 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 pinch. I like making these when somebody's coming over and it's in the fall and I want to give them something. A lot of times I have my guys come over to work on my lawn and I want to give them something, you know, as a thank you. And these apple dumplings are good. They're done in a half an hour, maybe less depending on how your oven is calibrated. And they're wonderful. So I'm going to finish wrapping these and then we'll come back and I'll show you the rest of the steps. So I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I'm with the last one now. So I want to make sure you understand. You split your dough in half, your biscuit dough. Try and get it as even as possible. You take your apple. These are John and Mac apples. So I really like these. They have the tartness. You can use any apple you like. I've used green apples. I've used Macintosh before, but I like these. You can use Gala, but these I really love. And so that is what I'm using. Now you want to make sure you spread it out. Try to get your apples even so your cook time is about the same. Spread it to the back and the bottom. And then you want to fit it snugly into the others. And you want a pan that doesn't have a lot of room, and you'll see why in a few minutes why you don't want a lot of room. You're going to put a syrup in here, and you're going to want to make sure that it's filled up to the halfway mark. Make sure when you do these that you put the seam side down so then they don't split back open. Even if they do, don't worry about it because it's still going to taste good. It's still going to taste really, really good. So next, you have this all done. I'm going to bring this over and we're going to make our sauce that's going to go on it. So first of all, cup of apple cider. I've seen people use Mountain Dew, water. They've used all kinds of things. I like apple cider because it lends to the flavor of the apple dumpling. And then you use a half a cup of sugar. Aren't these so cute? They're all made of pumpkin. I just got them not too long ago. Actually, yesterday, in fact. Aren't they adorable? And I even have the measuring spoons. So then you put a stick of butter, just a stick, and then nutmeg. I like fresh nutmeg. You can use ground nutmeg if you like. I love nutmeg, and I could just eat this whole. Although I hear you eat too much nutmeg, it can be toxic and it can make you go a little batty. So I don't need any more nutmeg. Then you add the Madagascar vanilla bean paste. Oops, this is a new one and it's not open. Let me stick my finger in there. This is a thicker, you'll see it's more gel-like, and you'll actually see the beans I use both, but I really like this because I get the little bean flecks. You're just going to use it 1 for 1. So if you use a teaspoon of vanilla extract, you're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla paste. Make sure you get all that good, yummy stuff in there. Nummy, nummy for my tummy. Take a pinch of salt. Anything sweet, you want a little pinch of salt in there. You can see in there, the only thing about vanilla bean paste is you've got to make sure that it incorporates. It has a fat, so it's like butter. It's got to heat up to incorporate into a cold liquid. What we're going to do is we're going to let this sit on medium-low heat. So what I'm going to do, I am going to pour this over, and you'll see why now. It needs to be in a snug little pan, like little babies in a crib. So you can bathe it in your apple cider and sugar concoction. Now I have sugar and cinnamon, and you'll see the combination. That's what I like. You can make it more sugar, less cinnamon, whatever. This is really good to put on toast. You butter the bread, you put this on the toast, put it in the oven under a broiler, and it gets nice and crispy. That's kind of what I'm going to do right here. And I'm going to sprinkle it around. You can use as little or as much as you want. I like a healthy dose of cinnamon sugar. And if you want, you can add a little nutmeg to this. I didn't this time, but you can. I've already got nutmeg into the sauce. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven. When I'm done, we'll come back and So we're back with the apple dumplings, and they are done. Look at this. You can hear, that's your cinnamon sugar. You want a little crisp to the top of it. When you get it out, I like using a spoon because there's all kinds of like syrupy, caramely stuff in the bottom. And I want to make sure that I get it. Now, this is my apple dumpling. Nummy, nummy. I am going to get a fork. I am going to taste it. It's a little on the hot side, so pray for me. See? And you'll be able to see the apple in there. Still kept its shape. See the apple? See the dough? Now, what would really make this good is my caramel sauce. Just drizzle over this a little bit. All right. Oh, it just came out of the oven, so it is going to be hot. But it is very, very good. That apple, it's not too much for the dough, and it is so good. Sometimes it squishes out, but that's not a problem. Just cut it up. See? And then you get a little crunchy, you get that nice cooked up apple, and then you... Hi, so we're back, and as you can see, my caramel, it's not caramel, but what's going to happen is it's going to cook in the oven, and it will thicken. So it allows me to pour over here. Caramel would thicken in the oven, so this is kind of like a caramel sauce, but it will thicken in the oven, and you'll see it'll be just some yummy goodness. You can see all the vanilla bean paste has dissolved, and you can see the nice little flats of vanilla bean. So what I'm going to do, I am going to pour this over, and you'll see why now. It needs to be in a snug little pan, like little babies in a crib. So you can bathe it in your apple cider and sugar concoction. Now, if you use something else like water, you may want to up your sugar. You may want to up your sugar. You may want to make it a cup of sugar. If you're using Mountain Dew, it's a little sweeter than apple cider, so you might want to cut down the sugar. It's all a matter of preference. I used a half cup to my 1 cup of apple cider. Now I have sugar and cinnamon, and you'll see the combination. That's what I like. You can make it more sugar, less cinnamon, whatever. This is really good to put on toast. You butter the bread, you put this on the toast, put it in the oven under a broiler, and it gets nice and crispy. That's kind of what I'm gonna do right here. And I'm gonna sprinkle it around. You can use as little or as much as you want. I like a healthy dose of cinnamon sugar. And if you want, you can add a little nutmeg to this. I didn't this time, but you can. I've already got nutmeg into the sauce. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the oven. When I'm done, we'll come back and we will make this happen. All right, thank you. Turn it off. Get the soft, doughy sweet at the bottom. I hope to see you back. Remember, like, subscribe, and share with all your friends and get them to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.